بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه. إخوتي في الله، الحمد لله، ونحن في الصفحة 125 125 125 بعد 100 page 125. We have this exercise ونحن في chapter in the bab of الجهات الست. الجهات الست. We took this sentences yesterday in اقرأ وافهم. بارك الله فيك. And now we have this exercise here, barakallahu fikum. It says, اكتب الجمل الآتية, write the following sentences. مع الضمير المناسب, with the appropriate pronoun. كما في المثال. طيب, I'm going to run through them, because as we know, the class is being conducted today by myself. Everybody's online today. So we're going to go through it one by one, but I'm going to ask you all the translation of some of them. I'm going to ask you all the translation of some of them. طيب, the example, we're going to read the example. وقفت الحافلة أمام المدرسة. You're going to put the appropriate pronoun. You see that the madrasa is something that's feminine, singular. You're going to say وقفت الحافلة أمامها. Are you all with me? Everything's understood? So you're going to take our time. And you all, inshallah, be patient. Inshallah, we'll just continue on what we're upon. Before we start, barakallahu fikum, before we start, you all know that like ice melts at, the freezing point is like 32 degrees. If I'm correct. Somebody correct me if I'm mistaken. About 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Ice melts. No problem. There's no problem for being late. No. So I want to give you all an example about your progress in Arabic. Maybe you can't speak fluently and understand majority of what you hear in Arabic conversation or lectures or anything of that nature. But just think, for example, that ice melts at 32 degrees. When it goes over 32 degrees, it starts to melt. And the freezing point is 32 degrees and low. Imagine if you start Arabic, you're at 0 degrees. And you're learning Arabic, you reach 5 degrees, 10 degrees, but the ice is still frozen. And you don't see any progress, no meltdown, no icebreaker, nothing. And then you reach up to 15 degrees, 20 degrees. You don't know that you're progressing. You can't see it, but it is great progress. You're at 20 degrees Fahrenheit now. The ice hasn't begun to melt. You haven't broken through anything, but it is progress. It's just not recognizable. But I want you to judge your progress by the chapters that you're doing. Don't look at the whole picture and just say, I can't understand the lecture, I'm not able to speak. But as long as you're understanding these chapters, it's going through. Then when you're at like 20 degrees Fahrenheit, you got up to 22, then 24, then 25, 28. You're almost at the, breaking point. Soon as you reach 31, 32 degrees, the ice starts to break and you start to see things. But don't think that where you're at, you're not progressing. It is progress, even though the ice hasn't broken. So you all, put your trust in Allah. You all are icebreakers. You all are icebreakers, but it takes time. It takes time. We're gonna go over to sentence number 2 here. It says, طلع الرجل فوق البيت. طلع الرجل فوق البيت. The man climbed on the house. The man climbed on the house. So you're going to say طلع الرجل فوقه. طلع الرجل فوقه. And you all on your own practice, and your practice is not for me, just when the teacher's there or just when I'm listening. You all for your own practice. You want to, barakallah fikum, you want to practice, you want to make it perfect. Naam. You want to make it perfect for Allah. Naam. So you want to say, أنا طلعت فوق البيت. أنا طلعت فوقه. You could do both. Use your ingenuity and your creativity. نحن طلعنا فوق البيت. نحن طلعنا فوقه. أنت طلعت فوق البيت. أنت طلعت فوق البيت. أنتم طلعتم فوق البيت. أنتن طلعتن فوق البيت. هو طلع فوق البيت. هي طلعت فوق البيت. On to the rest of it. هم طلعوا فوق البيت وهن طلعنا فوق البيت. These first couple of ones we did. I'm just going to read it. You are going to follow along. If there's any questions, just ask, and we're just going to proceed. You are going to be listening today until we get into the new chapter. ذهب الكلب تحت السيارة. We did this yesterday. ذهب الكلب تحتها. What's the plural for kalb? Kalb is a dog. What's the plural for kalb? Who knows? Kilab. Very good. Kilab. Kilab. Naam. Naam. Kilab. Kilab is the plural. Naam. طيب, let's continue. المسجد خلف المستشفى. المسجد خلف المستشفى. المسجد خلفه. المسجد خلفه. نعم. The hospital is behind, the masjid is behind the hospital. الطالب قعد عن يمين الشيخ. And this is from what we took yesterday. الطالب قعد عن يمين الشيخ. The student sat on the right side of the sheikh. الطالب قعد عن يمينه. الطالب قعد عن يمينه. And then you're going to okay, I'm gonna keep going down. I'm gonna move the whole pop. Hope the page is in the right way, in the right place now. Okay. You are going to work with the ones that have verbs in it. The ones that have verbs in it, you're going to need the dough. And the meaning of need the dough is to conjugate the verbs. You're going to conjugate the verbs. I feel sorry for somebody that just enters our class right now. They hear me saying need the dough and get in the gym and tie up your boots and hit the bag and tape up your hands. They probably don't understand what's going on in this class. But inshallah, you all understand. All right, number 4. I want you all translating. موقف الحافلات عن شمال المحكمة. موقف الحافلات عن شمال المحكمة. ما معنى هذا؟ And you're going to change that to موقف الحافلات عن شمالها. موقف الحافلات عن شمالها. ما معنى عن شمال المحكمة؟ ما معنى محكمة؟ The bus stations, not shamal, shimal, not shamal, shimal. On the left side of the mahkama. What does the mahkama mean? Not the masjid. Al mahkama. What does mahkama mean? On the courthouse, right? The court building. Mahkama. From hakama. Hakama means to judge. Hakim is a judge. Hakim is a judge. Mahkama is the courthouse. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. If you need a PDF, inshallah, just send me an email at printtopractice.com. I'll send you a PDF of the book. Yeah, I'll probably change some words because the certain things are just so redundant using the same words. Oh, damn. Okay. طيب. موقف الحافلات عن شمال المحكمة. For shimal with a kasra is left and shamal is north. Let's continue. سليمان شرب الشاي وراء المطعم. سليمان شرب الشاي وراءه. وراءه. That's how you're going to change that. سليمان شرب الشاي وراءه. Now, what does the sentence mean? سليمان شرب الشاي وراء المطعم. What does that mean? Suleiman drank the tea behind the restaurant, right? And sometimes the foreigners they call it shay. It's not shay. It's shy, shy, not shay. I say uri shy, shay, not shay. It's shy, shy. Right. So certain words, they're similar. Shay is something. Shay is a thing. Shy is tea. So you have to be clear when you speak. Don't assume that people understand what you're saying. Don't assume. Let's continue. أنا قمت خلف التلميذ الجديد. أنا قمت خلف التلميذ الجديد. أنا قمت خلفه. ما معنى التلميذ؟ التلميذ. Student. طيب. نعم. Pupil. نعم. Student. نعم. عائشة ذهبت وأكلت بجانب الشجرة. عائشة ذهبت وأكلت بجانب الشجرة. أي عائشة ذهبت وأكلت بجانبها. بجانبها. So this sentence, you could use it with the preposition there, be, or you could say akadat janib. Oh, but it's better with that ba, be janib. It shows that she's with it, that is she's there with it. She went and ate next to the tree. Exactly. Be janib be shay. Or you could say be jam. Look at the next sentence. Let me pull it up. Look at the next sentence. سليمة غسلت الملابس بجنب البئر. سليمة غسلت الملابس بجنب البئر. What does that mean? سليمة غسلت الملابس بجنبه. 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 Salima washed the clothes next to the well, right? Don't think everybody has washing machines in their house. Don't think that everybody has electricity in their house. Everybody doesn't have it like that. قام الخطيب على المنبر أمام الناس. قام الخطيب على المنبر أمامهم. أمامهم. This one's going to be a pronoun that's plural. The khatib stood on the minbar amam, in front of the people. What does khatib means? What does khatib? Speaker. Right. And the verb, what's the verb? Khataba. What does khataba mean? Khataba. What does the verb mean? Khataba. To speak. It has another meaning, khataba. What's the other meaning we spoke about? The difference between khutbah wa khitbah. The difference between khutbah wa khitbah. What does khataba mean? Khataba has another meaning. Come on, brothers, represent. Khataba has another meaning, brothers. To propose, mashallah. Barakallah fiqh. That's another meaning. It's another meaning, to propose. Khataba. So the one who speaks, he's called what? Khatib. And the one proposed, what's he called? Khatib. The one who proposes, Khatib. And the woman is makhtub. Write those words down for you right now. Write those words down for you. Ma ahsana dinana, how beautiful our religion is. Na'am. The one who proposes, the man, he's what? Khatib. And the woman who's proposed to, and she's engaged to, She's makhtuba with a ta. I forgot the ta. Makhtuba. I forgot the ta. She's makhtuba. She's makhtuba. She's engaged. Somebody khatabaha. Understood? طيب بارك الله فيكم. الأولاد جلسوا وراء آبائهم. الأولاد جلسوا وراء آبائهم. You're going to say الأولاد جلسوا وراءهم. وراءهم. What does this sentence mean? الأولاد جلسوا وراء آبائهم. Everybody try to participate a little bit. Don't just leave it on one person. Everybody, I don't want to have to call out people's names. The children sat behind their fathers, right? The children sat behind their fathers. Barakallahu fikum. Those who participate, Allah is not going to waste your effort. Na'am. Every little thing counts. Na'am. Participation makes a world of a difference. It does. Na'am. I encourage you all. Get it wrong. It's better than not doing anything. Get it wrong. You're going to learn from your mistakes. Be active. Let's continue. Look what we have here. We have these new verbs. Let me make this a little smaller. These are the verbs that we have taken so far in our lesson here. These pronouns that we have taken so far, these are 10. And in actuality, how many pronouns are there that we conjugate and that there are in the Arabic language? How many pronouns are there? 12. Let's look at, I know the screen is small, but I want all the pronouns to be on the screen. Let's look at the sequence that we have so far. You all I'm back. Y'all are with me? I lost y'all for a minute. I'm back. Okay. Those first two, ana wa nahnu, this is just review. You call that al-damir al-mutakallim, first person. Then we have 4 here. That's second person is called damir al-mukhatab. Mukhatab is from the word that we just took, khataba. But mukhatab means spoken to. Mukhatab means spoken to. Spoken to. So the pronoun, the one spoken to, that's what we call second person. We have anta, anti, antum, antunna. If I'm going too fast, you all let me know. So we have 4. The only one that's missing is antuma, the dual, the muthanna. That's the one that's missing. We're going to study that. Then on the ghaib, which is third person, ghaib, the one that's not present, the one you're talking about, we have huwa, hiya, hum, hunna. The only one that's missing is huma. So these are the 2 pronouns that we haven't studied yet, antuma and huma. This is understood. Everybody's with me. How we doing? Right. With this in mind, let's just do a drill. We're going to do this together. We're going to do this together. Okay. The first verb here we have is, look where it says anta. It says khatabta. We're going to start with ana. We're going to read it all together. We're going to read it all together. All of us, we're going to read it together. We're going to go straight down on the pronouns, straight on down. The first one is khatab. We're going to say ana khatabtu, and we're going to take the pronouns. We're going to read the pronoun and the verb together. For example, I'm going to read this first one. we're all going to say, let's read. We're going to say, Ana khatabtu, nahnu khatabna, anta khatabta, anti khatabti, antum khatabtum. To the end. We're going to go through this whole chart today as an exercise. Are you all ready? We're going to start with khataba, and we're going to start with ana. We're going to go from ana straight on down. Leave the pronouns right in front of you, where you can see them. Leave the pronouns right in front of you, where you can see them. You can leave your books open. Let's start with khataba. Ana khatabtu, nahnu khatabna, anta khatabta, anti khatabti, antum khatabtum, أنتن خطبتن هو خطب هي خطبت هم خطبوا هن خطبنا. Are you all reading with me? I want you all to read with me. Okay, we're going to go to the next one. The next one is tabacha. We're going to take our time. Okay, let's start. أنا طبخت نحن طبخنا أنت طبخت أنت طبختي أنتم طبختم أنتن طبختن هو طبخ هي طبخت هم طبخوا هن طبخن. Am I going too fast? How are we doing? Next one is raja'a. Let's start from the top. أنا رجعت نحن رجعنا أنت رجعت أنت رجعتي أنتم رجعتم أنتن رجعتن هو رجع هي رجعت هم رجعوا هن رجعن. Am I going too fast? Yeah, that's good. Okay, now we're going to do la'iba. We're going to do it a little slower. We're going to do it a little slower. Okay, we're going to do it a little slower. Okay, let's start with la'iba. أنا لعبت نحن لعبنا أنت لعبت أنت لعبتي أنتم لعبتم أنتن لعبتن هو لعب هي لعبت هم لعبوا هن لعبنا. Okay, what you're talking about number 3 from the previous exercise. How do we know when it's a who, or if it's supposed to get a kesser, it's going to be a he. Let me see what you mean by number 3. He says an yaminihi. Naam. Because the an, it makes the an, that has to do with grammar. An, you call it al-harf jar, and it makes the word after it, these prepositions, it makes the word after it have a kasra. It makes the word after it have a kasra. These prepositions. Okay. Wada'a. We're going to take our time on wada'a. Let's start from the top. Ana wada'tu. Let's get a nice ayn. A nice ayn. Nice ayn. You got to push your tongue back nice and strong. Let's start again with ana. Ana wada'tu. Nahnu wada'na. Anta wada'ta. Anti wada'ti. Antum wada'tum. Antunna wada'tunna. هو وضع هي وضعت هم وضعوا هن وضعن. I think we got the point on this. But some of them, I want you all to take like all the words. Look at this one here where it says akaltum. Some of them you could just go on all of it on ana. They will say ana katabtu, ana tabakhtu, ana raja'tu, ana la'ibtu, ana wada'tu, ana akaltu, ana sharibtu, ana udtu. I can barely see it. You have to practice that way. You have to practice that way. Okay, with that in mind, we're going to continue. Look what this says here, Barakallahu Fikum. Our time is good. Let me make this big for you all. Ad-das ar-rabi ashar. Ad-das ar-rabi ashar. What does that mean? Ad-das ar-rabi ashar. What does that mean? Ad-das ar-rabi ashar. Lesson 14. Al-fi'l al-madi, past tense verb. Antuma huma. Antuma huma. Okay, let's get our reading glasses on. We're going to read. We're going to look at the translation later. We're going to read. And you all know the likes of these stories. You are going to memorize, right? You're all going to memorize this. Make this nice and big so everybody can see. Hey, we're going to take our time. You all repeat after me. We're going to take our time. بدأت الدروس اليوم في المدرسة الإسلامية. بدأت الدروس اليوم في المدرسة الإسلامية. حضر أويس إلى درسه مبكرا. حضر أويس إلى درسه مبكرا. ومعه صاحبه عبد النور. ومعه صاحبه عبد النور. لديهما درس في أسماء الله تعالى وصفاته. لديهما درس في أسماء الله تعالى وصفاته. Again. لديهما درس في أسماء الله تعالى وصفاته. بعد أن وصل إلى المدرسة هما قعدا بالقرب من المدرس. Let's just concentrate on the end here. هما قعدا بالقرب من المدرس. هما قعدا بالقرب من المدرس. Okay, we're going to go back to the beginning. بعد أن وصلا إلى المدرسة بعد أن وصلا إلى المدرسة هما قعدا بالقرب من المدرس. وكتبا منه الفوائد المهمة. وكتبا منه الفوائد المهمة. وما تكلما مع أحد أثناء الدرس. وما تكلما مع أحد أثناء الدرس. Again. وما تكلما مع أحد أثناء الدرس. وسأل المدرس بعض أسئلة في آخر الدرس. Okay, let's just take the first part of this. وسأل المدرس بعض أسئلة. وسأل المدرس بعض أسئلة. وسأل المدرس بعض أسئلة في آخر الدرس. ولما كمل الدرس حمد ربهما وشكرا المدرس. ولما كمل الدرس حمد ربهما وشكرا المدرس. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? How did we understand this? Tell me y'all, you got 70%, you think you got 80%, you got 90%, you think you got 100%. Everybody tell me what you think you got before we translate it. Got 95%, 75%, 85%. What do you think you got? 50. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, we're going to go through it. We're going to go through it. Inshallah. Inshallah, may Allah increase you all. We're going to take it step by step. But the main thing is not how you start. That's not how you start. It's how you finish. When we finish this, we want to understand 100% of it. That's the main thing. Forget how you start. People start the race on all kinds of ways. Because they all start together. Now, the winner, they finish at different places. They all start together. Now, but who's going to be patient? Who's going to finish? Who's going to win? طيب بدأت الدروس اليوم. What does that mean? بدأت الدروس اليوم. What does that mean? بدأت الدروس. The classes started today. The classes started today. Classes is plural, right? Classes is plural, so we need that ta on the verb like it's hiya bada'at. But we have bada'at. The word bada'a means to start. Bada'at ad-durus. Why is the ta there? Why is the ta there? Because it's plural. Because it's plural. You can say bada'a ad-darsu, bada'at ad-durusu. Bada'a ad-darsu, bada'at ad-durusu. Is this understood? Why is that ta there? The ta is there because durus is plural. We have to indicate that in the verb. We have to conjugate that accordingly. Then why is the kasra there? Because of iltiqa as-sakinain. Why is the kasra there? Iltiqa as-sakinain is two sukoon that meet up. The first sukoon is on the ta, the second one is on the lam. Okay, we understand that. بدأت الدروس اليوم في المدرسة الإسلامية at the Islamic school. At the Islamic school. So madrasa has a ta. We have to describe it. We can't say al-madrasa al-Islami. Now you have to say Islamiyya with a ta because madrasa is feminine. That has to be feminine also. That has to be feminine also. How are we doing on the first sentence? I don't want to continue until everybody understands. If it's not understood, let me know. نعم. بدأت الدروس اليوم في المدرسة الإسلامية. حضر أويس إلى درسه مبكرا. We know this word حضر. What does this mean? That حضر أويس إلى درسه مبكرا. Attended. نعم. So what does the sentence mean? حضر أويس إلى درسه. طيب, we had this word نعم. We had this word حضر before. نعم. We had this word حضر before, but it wasn't with إلى. It wasn't with إلى. حضر means to attend. When it was حضر إلى, it means جاء. It means he came. When it's حضر إلى, he came. Nah. Came to the class. He came to the class early. Nah. حضر إلى, to come. Nah. مبكرا means early. So it's just by itself, حضر درسة, when he attended the dars. حضر إلى المسجد, he came to the masjid. It doesn't have to be a lesson. حضر إلى means جاء, to come. حضر إلى means to come. حضر without إلى is to attend, to be حاضر, to be present. What does that mean? حاضر means present. حاضر, I'm present. I'm present. حاضر. Like if somebody calls you, they go, Ahmed, you say حاضر. I'm here. Yes, I'm present. Like when your mother calls you, say حاضر. Our mom will say حاضرة. I'm present. Yes. نعم. So we understand that. حضر إلى means to come to. Come. حضر is just to attend. Okay? There's really no difference. حضر أويس إلى درسه مبكرا ومعه صاحبه عبد النور. What does this mean? ومعه صاحبه عبد النور. لا. He didn't say مع صاحبه. He didn't say مع صاحبه. ومعه صاحبه. ومعه صاحبه. What does that mean? We're not going to say it means with his friend Abdullah. He came with his friend. No. وَمَعَهُ صَاحِبُهُ. What does that mean? وَمَعَهُ صَاحِبُهُ. When we say وَمَعَهُ, that the meal goes back to Uwais. With him is his companion. Right. Not that he's with his companion. With him is his companion Abdul-Nur. And with him, وَمَعَهُ, and with him is his friend Abdul-Nur. Not that he is with his friend, no. And with him, we're talking about Uwais. حضر أويس إلى درسه مبكرا. Uwais came to his class early, and with him is his friend Abdul-Nur. Right. Very good. Very good. Very good. لديهما درس. What does this mean? لديهما درس. لديهما درس. Who's going to answer? لديهما درس. They have a class. You know what لديهما means? It means عندهما. لديهما means عندهما أو لهما. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to write this down for you. لديهما, what do we say that means? It means the same as means just like عندهما, or just like, right? لهما, from like lam and muk. لهما, for them is a class. For them is a class, or they have a class. So you have three ways to say it. You can say عندي درس, or you can say لي درس, or you can say لدي درس. Say it again. You can say عندي درس, I have a class. لي درس, or لدي درس. I go. هل عندك قلم? هل عندك قلم؟ هل لك قلم؟ هل لك قلم؟ هل لديك قلم؟ هل لديك Qalamun. How are we doing? And we're going to have an exercise on this right afterwards. How are we doing? How are we doing? And you know you have 12 pronouns. You say, Ana ladayya. Anta ladayka. Anti ladayki. هل لديك حجاب يا حفصة؟ هل لديك؟ هل عندك؟ هل لك حجاب يا حفصة؟ هل لك حجاب؟ هل لديك حجاب؟ هل عندك حجاب? And you need that. Somebody might say one to you don't understand, and you're going to use Tara and Tara. You can use sometimes this one, sometimes that one. How are we doing? Everything is clear. So we have here لديهما درس في أسماء الله تعالى وصفاته. They have a class in the names of Allah the Most High and His descriptions. They have a class, the both of them. They have a class in the names of Allah, Asma Allah, the names of Allah. Wasifatihi, and His descriptions, His attributes. Everything understood up to now. Up to here, everything is good. Let me know if I'm going too fast. My job is not to make it difficult for you. I'm here to simplify it for you. Let me know if it's difficult. Let's continue. بعد أن وصل إلى المدرسة. This is the point in the class. وصل. This is how you conjugate huma. This is the first opportunity that we see it. وصل as for huma. You say huwa wasala, hiya wasalat, huma wasala. You add an alif at the end to conjugate it for huma. You understand? That's the point in our lesson. It'll be like suitable if it would be good if I would change the color of that word in the lesson so it would stick out to the student. And he can recognize it. And he won't just pass that by without recognizing it. That is the conjugation for huma. بعد أن وصل إلى المدرسة. After they arrived to the school. وصل means to arrive. وصل means to arrive. متى وصلت? When did you arrive? متى وصلت? When did you arrive? When did you reach? After they arrived to the school, هما قعدا بالقرب من المدرس. What does this mean? هما قعدا بالقرب من المدرس. What does this mean? They sat close to the teacher. Yes, so you could say هما قعدا قريبا. You could say قريبا or بالقرب. قريبا or بالقرب. You have a choice. Write that down for you all. You could say قريبا or you could say like that. بالقرب. You have a choice. You have a choice. Okay? You have a choice. What does qa'ada mean? Qa'ada mean they sat down. The alif there is for al-muthanna, that is two. They sat down, meaning both of them, the two of them. قعدا بالقرب من المدرس وكتبا منه الفوائد المهمة. What does that mean? وكتبا منه, and they wrote from him important benefits. Okay, fawaid is the plural for fa'ida. Fa'idatun is a benefit. The plural is fawaid. The singular is fa'idatun. And you have a lot of words that come from this. You have a lot of words that we use that come from this. What does this word mean? Mustafid. What does that mean? Mustafid. It's somebody beneficial. He gets good with him. It's beneficial. Mustafid is beneficial. Mustafid. Beneficial. I mean, he has obtained a lot. He's obtained a lot. Mustafid. Are you all with me? What does muhimma mean? Why is there a ta on muhimma? Muhim, the word muhim, word muhim is important. Why do we have muhimma with a ta? Why do we have muhimma with a ta? Because benefits is plural. Very good. But the word muhim is important. So if somebody asks to speak to you, right? Somebody wants to speak to you, you're going to say, hal huwa muhim. What does that mean? Hal huwa muhim. What does that mean? Hal huwa muhim. Somebody wants to speak to you, say, ya akhi, hal huwa muhim. What does that mean? Is it, no, muhim. Is it important? No. Is it important? Barakallah fikum. Hal huwa muhim? Na'am. Barakallah fikum jami'an. طيب, let's continue. وما تكلم مع أحد أثناء الدرس. What does that mean? وما تكلم مع أحد أثناء الدرس. They didn't speak with anyone during the class, right? Athna, we had that word before. Athna ad-dars. During the class, they didn't speak to anyone. So you got when you use something in negation, you're going to say ahad. You're not going to say ma takallama ma'a wahidin. You don't say ma'a wahidin. When you say wahid, that means they didn't speak to one person. Maybe they spoke to two or three. That's what that means. If you say ma takallama ma'a wahid, I didn't speak to one. I spoke to two, three, or four. If you want to negate that it was absolutely anybody, you would say ma takallama ma'a ahad. Ma ra'aytu ahadan. I didn't see anyone. Na'am. Ma ra'aytu ahadan. I didn't see anyone. Ma sami'tu ahadan. I didn't hear anyone. That's when it's in negation. Na'am. Na'am. You want to use the word ahad if you want to negate. When you say wahid, wahid means one as opposed to two. Na'am. So I have to keep that in mind. Well, asna is always going to be mudaf. Asna ad-dars, asna al-khutbah. Na'am. Asna as-salah, during the salah. It's always going to be mudaf. It needs mudaf ilay. Asna as-salah. Asna al-khutbah. Asna ad-dars. Na'am. طيب. وسأل المدرس بعض أسئلة في آخر الدرس. What does that mean? وسأل المدرس بعض أسئلة. And they ask the teacher some questions at the end of the class. نعم. بعض أسئلة. Some questions. Some questions. Sa'ala means to ask. Sa'ala means to ask. Sa'ala means to ask. نعم. Sa'ala means to ask. And they both ask the teacher some questions. في آخر الدرس. آخر, at the end of the class. So look at this kha. آخر with a kasra. آخر is at the end, the last. وآخر is another. So don't get the two mixed up. Akhar of a fatha on the kha. Akhar is another. هل عندك قلم آخر? هل لديك قلم آخر? Do you have another pen? Like an akhir is last. At يوم الآخر, the last day. How are we doing? Everything is understood. How are we doing, everybody? Okay. ولما كمل الدرس. ما معنى كمل? What does the sentence mean? ولما كمل الدرس. To complete or finish. When the lesson was completed. Nah. Nah. And when the lesson was completed, right? When the lesson was complete. Okay, before we finish that, I want you to recognize something real quick. I want you to recognize this real quick. Right? Look at that compared to this. Look at that word kamula compared to this word. Look at these two words. Look at these two words. Kamula, akmala. Kamala, you say kamula ad-dars. Kamula ad-dars, meaning the class ended. When you say akmala, you say akmala Ahmed ad-dars. Ahmed finished the class. Akmala means to finish something else, to complete something. Now, kamala just means that it completed. Akmala is that somebody's completing it. Now, like I would say, kamula al-khubz. The bread is finished. There's no more. Kamula. Kamula ad-din. The deen is complete. I mean, it's complete. It's over. Kamula ad-din. Kamula ad-din. Na'am. Kamula ad-din. The deen is complete. The religion is complete. Allah akmala ad-din. Allahu akmala ad-din. How we understand these are two different verbs. Now, one transgresses to another. So we're going to get into that a little bit more. That's a whole this part of Arabic that's going to increase your vocabulary tremendously. So we have kamula ad-dars. The dars is the thing doing the action. The dars ended. The dars ended when the lesson was over, when the lesson was finished, when the lesson was completed. What does lamma mean? Lamma. When, right? Not a question. It's not a question. Meta is for a question. This is not for a question. Lamma it means when, but we know what this word means. What does this word mean? What does meta mean? That's for asking a question. When did you rely? When did you go? When did you come? That's for a question. That's meta. Lamma is not for a question. Like I would say, Salaitu, you can say anything. Lamma wasaltu ila al-bayt. When I arrived to the house, akaltu. I ate. Na'am. Hamida rabbahuma. What does hamida mean? Hamida rabbahuma. Hamida. What does that mean? They praise their Lord, right? Hamida means to praise, meaning to speak well of, to praise. Hamidtu. So this word has a kasra in it. You say, Ana hamidtu. Anta hamidta. Nahnu hamidna. Nam hamida. Huwa hamida. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when we say in the salah, Sami Allah liman hamidahu. Allah hears the one who praises him. Sami Allah, Allah hears liman, for the one, hamidahu. Y'all are with me? Sami Allah liman hamida. Hamida. But Sami Allah means Allah. It doesn't mean here in the salah. It doesn't mean that Allah hears him. It means Allah answers him. He answers his dua. He answers him. So that shows that when you calling and asking Allah, you should praise Him first. Say, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Anta Khaliq kulli shay. You should praise Him first. Naam. Sami Allah. Allah hears when He answers. Liman Hamidah. Naam. Tayyib. Wa shakara al-mudarrit shakara mean. Shakara means to thank. Shakara means to thank. That's our lesson for today. Before we do anything, we want to memorize this lesson. We want to memorize this lesson. Now, so the shakara is for two people. Shakara is two people. It's basically the same. Now, either is different from lamma. Either is different. Either is different. Either is different. But we want to memorize the story. We want to take our time. We want to take our time. We're going to read it tomorrow. And you're going to read from closed books, inshallah. We'll see how we do it. But this is our lesson for today. Is everything understood? Everything is understood. We went a little long today. But is everything understood? Tayyib, inshallah. We're going to stop here. May Allah reward you all. May Allah aid you all. Barakallah fikum. Tayyib, when you start memorizing, don't bite off more than you can chew. Do little bit by little bit. Look at the meaning and go through it. May Allah aid you all. Barakallah fikum. We're going to stop here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.